The following program contains scenes of surgery which may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
A feral mother cat and her litter of 5. Mom had established herself under a porch and had the kittens.
Are these guys going up for adoption?
They will eventually. This particular batch is named Mom Cat because there's only one of them, and then kittens 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 because they're all relatively young, like a couple of months, and live outside as ferals do. So the identification is rather basic. Feline Friends of Stratford has been associated with EVAH since even prior to its opening, and we are regular clients. We also promote spay neuter as a way of getting at continuing with the chronic problem of overpopulation. So we encourage it out in our community and make good use of EVAH's capacity here. They're a wonderful group. Okay?
Yeah, we're all set, so I will see you back. Do you want to swing back for 4:30?
Sure.
Yeah, would that be okay?
Yep.
Okay, so we're all set. Okay. 5. Just giving them names because they came as kitten 1 through 5, so I like to give them names. It's easier on our paperwork system, and it's cuter. Finn. Aw, yeah, my name's Finn now. Finn. You look like a Finn, don't you? You do. You're a chubby little thing. Mama's feeding you well. Going for your brother?
And what shall we call you? We'll call you Pippa. You stay there now, Pippa. What are we gonna call you? Harry? I went with the royalty theme.
Oh, did you?
Pippa, Harry. Oh! You don't like that name? Oh my goodness. Here, look. They're your brothers.
They look great. Healthy little chubby babies. That's the way we like them.
So feral cats came in, and a lot of times barn owners or the colony owners don't have names for them. So kind of part of our
pick
daily
the
routine
names.
is we pick the names. And so these two here are
Colin Farrell and Will Farrell.
but feral like feral cat. So it's we've had Samuel Katz in. We still have to do
Kitty Perry.
Kitty Perry, yeah. We just keep coming up with with new and fun ones. So Colin and Will Farrell, yeah, famous actors, you know. It actually is Colin. Colin's too small.
Yeah, he's yeah, we like him to be at least a kilogram, and he's 0.3, so he's not really close enough today. So we'll grow him up a little bit more, and then we'll get him done.
This cat was trapped by animal outreach, and they know that she has had a litter of kittens, and they know that she doesn't have hind legs. So how she survived all this time and had a litter of kittens is beyond us. But anyway, she's very cute. She's quite scared. They've named her Emmaline. You can see that she's got half kind of hind legs. She's got little stumps just past the hock of her hind legs, so she's able to actually stand on her stumps. So she probably can run and stuff with that limb. She probably, she's just used to that. So
the backstory on Emmaline is we were contacted by somebody who opened their front door one day, and she ran into their house, delivered 5 kittens, and then they called us like 5 weeks later and said, we got kittens that we need to get rid of. So we took them all, took them to the vet. Everybody was reasonably healthy, except really underweight, covered in fleas. The babies had, patches of fur missing because the fleas were at them so bad, and her fur is in just terrible shape. Yeah, so poor nutrition and been a rough winter.
So she's in today to be spayed, and we're also going to be sending her home with a little wheelchair to see if we can get her acclimatized to using a wheelchair instead of her, stumpy hind legs.
hi. Is this Apollo?
Yes.
Hi, honey. Hi, babies. I know. No. All right. It's Apollo's big day today. Okay.
I know.
It's gonna be okay. I promise. So Apollo's here, going to have the FHO surgery today. Okay. So Dr. Martha did go over some of the risks involved with anesthetic, obviously, with you. We just wanted to make sure that you understand that obviously with any surgery there is a risk with any anesthetic. Definitely with a surgery like this, anesthetic time is a lot longer. This surgery, Dr. Tracy's phenomenal. Our surgical team is amazing. We've taken very good care of Apollo.
So he's having a procedure called an FHO, or a femoral head osteectomy is what that stands for. So it's a procedure where we're removing the ball of the ball and socket joint of the hip. So essentially your femur has a ball that fits into your pelvis. His is broken and degraded, so sometimes it's partially genetic and other times it's from trauma. We don't really know in Apollo's case why this happened, but because it's broken, it's arthritic and painful. So the surgery, we essentially take off the ball joint, and then he's left without a joint in his hip. Because they have 4 legs and a lot of muscles in their hind end, they do just fine without having that hip joint. It's pretty amazing.
I'm freaking out. My mom actually came with me just to calm me down a little bit, but I'm freaking out. I don't like any of this stuff. Even to take him in just to get neutered, I was worried, just because that's just how I am. And he is just a kitten. He's still a baby, so it just worries me.
It's not a super complicated surgery. What's involved is we just make a small incision over the hip joint, and we essentially use some special tools to pull out that ball joint, make sure everything is nice and smooth, and then close it back up. The procedure itself takes about half an hour.
I hope the surgery goes well, and that he is able to use his leg again. He's not just gonna have it, limped up and walking on 3. So I hope they fix it, and I hope he's okay and everything's fine.
The following program contains scenes of surgery which may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
I'm just gonna wear gloves in case he doesn't like me doing this, because this stings. I've diluted it a little bit so that it doesn't sting so badly, but he's not very happy being here. Anyway, he doesn't like the other cats. So. Hello, buddy. Okay, buddy. Here. No. Well, that's why I wear gloves. He's not resisting me anymore, so I can take him out and get him onto the machine. So this medication hinders them from blinking, so we always have to keep their eyes lubricated. Just going to put him on a mask for a second, just so that he's a little deeper, and then we'll put a tube into him. Just going to put an IV catheter in him. We're going to put him on IV fluids. Oh, you're such a handsome fella. Sometimes it takes longer than the surgery itself, prepping them.
It's really crunchy and clunky because there's two broken ends of bone that are rubbing together. So that's what we're here to fix. This is a cautery tool, so just to get these little skin bleeders so they're not in my way later. Essentially just hot little end. So now we have to expose the actual hip, so we have to do a little bit of dissection. There's kind of superficial muscles and then there's deeper muscles. What I'm looking for is the joint capsule, the piece of tissue that surrounds the joint and holds all your joint fluid in. So that's the deepest thing I'm looking for here. So this part. These are just retractors so I can see. That little gush is all my joint fluid. Makes a mess. I can feel that this little area here is the tip of my broken bone. I can feel it with my finger. It's kind of this light white area. Now you can almost barely see. This is the tip of the bone here that's fractured. Hard, I can kind of knock against it. And the ball is going to be hidden underneath this muscle, so that's what I'm going to go after now. So the ball's already separated from the hip in his case, so I have to go find it, which means he essentially has a broken leg or a broken hip. So there's the little head of the femur that's not attached to anything. So we're going to take that out. And there it is, the little femur head. So the rest of the surgery is smoothing out this bone. Probably have to take a little bit more bone off. So I just have to chisel off a bit of bone. So I'm just going to file down the ends of this bone to make sure they're really nice and smooth. filing the bone down, make sure it's nice and smooth. Cats are amazing healers. There's a saying that if all the bones are in the same room, that the cat's going to heal. They're going to put down a bunch of scar tissue around this joint, and that scar tissue is going to make sure that the two bone ends don't rub together, and that's what causes pain. And they will make an artificial joint with their scar tissue. So they won't need bone-on-bone contact here anymore. Not crunchy. Mission accomplished. All right. He'll start using the leg within a couple of days if we control his pain well. They will limp for some time because it takes weeks for that scar tissue to form, so some limping is expected, but we expect them to be fully walking and weight bearing within a couple of months. He'll be fully functional. If the surgery works well, he will have no setbacks.
The following program contains scenes of surgery which may not be suitable for all audiences. Viewer discretion is advised.
See, there's even a pad there. So that's obviously, now that's wear, but this looks like a partial pad. So that tells me that this has to be a defect, birth defect of some sort. She doesn't know any different. She's survived this long.
So I have a knee, and I have what would be a heel, but I don't have a foot. It's the same. Wow. That's interesting. Look at her little feet. Look at my little feet. There's no tarsal bones there.
Tarsal bones.
Oh, poor dear. I feel sorry that she had to start her life outside, because that would have been a tough go for her. At the same time, I'm extremely thankful that we have rescue groups that are willing to take on cases like this and help this little girl so that she can have a high quality life. I don't even understand how this little girl could have done so well and then have babies on top of that and manage to be fairly healthy at this point in her life. It's amazing. I have nothing but respect for this cat because she's overcome a lot in her life already. So now that she's spayed, she'll never have to worry about having kittens again. So she's going to go back into a foster home, so she won't be released back outside, because I don't think that's fair. And they will take care of her. We're going to set her up with a wheelchair and hope that she can now live an indoor life. And have some quality of life.
Kittens go down really fast. They wake up really fast too. They are around 8 weeks old, I think. That's what they're guesstimating. So they're a little smaller than what we usually take. Usually we say 1 kilo or more, and these are 0.84 kilos, most of them around the 0.8 kilo mark, so they're close enough.
They lose the most heat through their feet, so by putting little socks on them, we help keep them warm. And these guys, when they're this small, lose a lot of heat. The only difference you'll see is that they won't get their secondary sex characteristics, so when a cat grows up, they'll get big cheeks and a thicker neck and thicker skin. These guys won't get that, so they tend to look longer and leaner when they're grown up, but otherwise, no, it doesn't affect them. Not that we know of, anyways. Oh, it was a busy day today. Oh, there's a lot going on, but it's a good day. I love kittens. They make the world go around, in my opinion, so it's a good way to end the day. Get to snuggle some babies. Yeah. Me, Tammy.
Well, I'm going to take them back to the caregiver who has been minding this group of ferals. There is on-site shelter for them. Part of this program is to not just have the animals spayed and neutered and then left to their own devices. We don't do that. We work out an arrangement with the caregiver that, okay, we'll look after the spay, neuter, and the medical costs. In trade for, you'll provide shelter, observation. If there's medical problems, give us a call so we can get that looked after. So there is support, just like you would for a human.
Happy to be out.
Hetty works with Animal Outreach.
Yes, I do.
And she frequently brings in kitties to us all the time. She fosters kitties. How many do you have right now?
I have 8 kittens in my cat room, and a mama cat that's being a challenge, and 5 cats of my own. This one here was, I rescued her when somebody had reported her that she didn't have back feet. And apparently since we got her, she's been urinating all over the place. So we don't know what the problem is, so we brought her here. Best place to be. The foster that had her said that if we can find out what's wrong with her, she'll take her back.
So we did take some urine. We're just running the urinalysis. I don't have an answer for you yet, so if we can just call you tomorrow on that or later tonight, if that's okay. Let you know if we find anything, but perhaps just behavioral. Yeah, just so frightened. Just so stressed and frightened. So, you know, she does seem to be already here. Her temperament is kind of settling down a bit. She was handleable. Oh, she was handleable for the girls in the back. So good. It's kind of cool. Yeah, she's a neat cat. Yeah. So let me know if you need any help because she's a neat cat.
Thanks, Larry.
You're welcome. Bye, ladies.
I definitely am. I'm super excited to see him. I can't wait.
So, it shows you here Paul had a femoral head osterectomy on his left leg today. This portion of the hip is removed. Here's the head for you. I don't know if you want it.
Oh!
Here, I'll take it over.
Poor little hip bone. Oh no. So little. Oh, jeez. I know. Poor guy. When the doctor first said that he needed surgery, I started crying right in the vet because I thought it'd be thousands of dollars. Like, I can't afford that.
It is. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna go get you, Rory.
So I asked her the price, and it was just a phenomenal place. Best vet I've definitely ever been to. I feel really, I'm glad he's okay. Oh, he's whining. Oh, I'm just sad. I'm always emotional. Yeah, no, I'm still a little stressed out, but just having him with me, I feel better, definitely.
There's really no typical day, and for volunteers, clients, staff, explaining what a typical day is here, it's impossible. It is, it's impossible. You want to go back to bed? Do you? Are you scared? Because animals are not predictable. Never know what's going to walk through that door, never know what their behavior is going to be like. That can certainly slow things down, and certainly their health. You know, they're all here for a reason. So I think today was just a nice mix. You know, we had lots of spay neuters. We did our high volume spay neuter, but we also had some really interesting surgeries that will make just a world of difference in the lives of those animals today.